Hello everyone and welcome to another video, my track guide for the MX5 going around Oran Park, the full layout. Let's get into it. For your qualifying you want to be all the way up against the wall here on the right, but in the race keep in mind that people will try and overtake you into turn 1. I turn in when the green wall ends. I use turn 1 as my braking marker for turn 2. As soon as I hit the curb on the inside I will start to brake. I'll brake hard and I'll keep the brake pressure high all the way to the turn in for turn 2. Which is at the end of the curb on the right. You want to be as close as you can to the white line on the right to open up turn 2 as much as possible. But go too far and drop a wheel, you will end up in the wall. I use first gear for turn 2 and I stick close to the curb on the inside. I stick to the curb on the inside. Once the curb starts to straighten out, I'll go on the throttle again and let the car walk all the way out to the curb on the outside. Turn 3 is also a place where a lot of people will try to overtake, so you might have to defend the inside. My braking marker is this tire wall here on the left. As soon as I pass that, I'll brake. I'll hit the brake hard to about 95% and then I will trail the brake off all the way to the curb. I go for a later apex, so just beyond the midpoint of the corner. When I get to the curb, I'll apply the throttle again, and if you get this right, you'll be able to stay within the curb on the outside. If you touch the grass, it's not the end of the world, but it will slow you down. This is one of the corners that will take a little bit of practice to get right, and to get a decent amount of speed in. For turn 4, I'm gonna use these tires here on the left as my braking marker. I do a short hit to the brake to about 80% brake pressure and quickly off the brake again. And then a downshift to first to keep the rear end stiff. The apex point is the part of the curb you can see from here. Get as close as you can to the curb, but if you take too much of it, it will unsettle the car because it is a little bit higher than the track and then it will spit you out to the left. Once I get to the curb, I will apply the throttle again and going full throttle instantly. If you get it right, you will be able to stay within the white line on the left and have a decent run up to the bridge. We don't have to brake for the bridge. Once you get to the top, lift off the throttle, either completely or to about 30%. Once you get to the tire barrier, turn in, and the apex is the red little curb on the inside, but if you take too much of it, you will hit a little hole and it will unsettle the car, both before and after, and in this run I hit both. And you'll see the car jump a little bit, and the RPMs spring around. For turn 7 you want to go over the white line here on the left to open up the corner as much as possible. I don't have a clear braking marker for this one, but I brake about a car length before the curb in front of us. I do a quick hit to about 50% and quickly off it again. And I shift down to second gear. The aim is to go all the way over the red and yellow curb on the inside, all the way onto the white one as well. Do not go on it too early because that will give you enough track. Once you're on the white part of the curb, you should be able to go full throttle again and use all of the curb for turn 8. For turn 9, my braking marker will be the curb here on the right. As soon as I get onto it, I'll brake. I brake to about 50% and trail the brake off all the way to the curb on the inside. I also use second gear here. I use all of the red and yellow curb and also the white one on the inside. As soon as I get onto it, I'll apply the throttle again and use all of the curb on the outside as well. Just keep in mind that the car can be really unsettled here, but we're going uphill and that will help us a lot. If you take too much curb on the outside or drop a wheel, you will spin around. For turn 10 and 11, you want to take the shortest route possible. I take a little bit of curb on turn 10 and all of the curb on turn 11. If you take too much curb on turn 11, you'll get a 1x. Turn 12, the last corner. This is really important to get a good exit out of here, so I prefer to use first gear, but that does unsettle the car quite a lot. I brake just before getting to the bottom of the hill. As soon as I get to that, I'll brake hard, and I mean really hard. That is 95 to 100%, and then I'll trail the brake all the way to the curb on the inside. I like to get close to the curb, as we are using first gear. On the curb there is a darkened part. Once you get to that, you'll start to apply the throttle again. When getting it right, you should be able to keep full throttle from there, without hitting the wall. This will take some practice, and as you can see I had a lot of oversteer when going down to first gear. If you keep spinning around, try and use second. You will lose some time out of the corner, I feel like, but it took me a while to get first down. And that's a lap around Oran Park in the MX5 of a time of 1 minute 14.95. Hopefully this guide has helped you. If it has, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well, and now for the uninterrupted hot laps.